Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. We've got a whole new place to check out. Lots of stuff here in Kugane. And then continuing further, there's going to be one other spot here, and then actually making it over to Otharn. So, we'll see. This is probably just the other half of the town. That's how this works quite often. But it does sound like it's more of a ship connection. Might be technically another actual town, port, something something. Anyways, here we are. We will go look around at everything in town. We'll start by just doing the quests here. The man from Ul'dah. Despite traveling halfway around the world, Alpha is in no mood to take in the sights. I am. We will be. We do have other things we need to worry about too, though, obviously. Glad though I am to have arrived, I'd remind you all that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. I shall take care not to enjoy myself. In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. See how that goes. Captain Kugane, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, and I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Otharn, were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Sure, there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first travelers seeking passage to Doma. The captain makes a good point. 'Tis like that Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Otharn, assuming they are not still in the city. Ere we seek passage, mayhap we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alphino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Tataru. Captain Carlane, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in that large building just beyond the pier. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are about to begin, the Shiokaze Hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect. Or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. Since we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice train, you mean? Mm-hmm. But of course, surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination, solely out of the kindness of my heart. Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain. And may the Navigator watch over and keep you. Okay. So long. Right then. To the hostelry. Hostelry. After you. Okay. A classic place to get information and such. Okay. We're very out of place here, that's for sure. That's to be expected, though.
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the 7th dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugane and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugane. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing. Might I suggest that we continue this conversation at the company offices? Too many eyes and ears here, you understand. 'Twould be decidedly reckless to say any more.
If I may favor you with the invigorating candy you apparently crave, it would be decidedly reckless to follow a man I neither know nor trust. Give me one good reason why we should accept Lord Lolorito's invitation.
Now there's the young diplomat I was told to expect. Very well then, I shall explain. You understand that you are come to a most reclusive and secretive nation, yes? One whose borders are closed to foreign trade save at this single port. Then it should come as no surprise that a great many parties have vested interests here. Merchants like myself are a given, of course, but for every one of us, you may be certain there is also an agent of a foreign government. Many notable nations and empires have embassies here, you know, including, of course, the Garlean Empire, with whom you have such a difficult relationship.
To paraphrase, Kugane is teeming with Imperial spies, one or several of whom could now be listening to our every word.
Something to that effect, yes. Beneath this veneer of bustling trade, a war for supremacy is being waged between world powers. One might say we were standing on the front lines, just not in public.
I still have my doubts, but he may have a point. I say we accept his invitation for now.
Alright. Makes me wonder if everybody around town would not talk to us just yet. And you must be Artisan, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Savior of Ishgard, Stealer of Pants. And some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. We've done some things. We've done a lot of different stuff. I knew it. May I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, good sir. Just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. This being your first visit to our fair city, I should make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way. If you'd be so good as to follow me. Over that way. Look at the shape of here. You got the ports, goes this way. I'm gonna get the Tower stuff connected. It's down here. Do the shard before we do the main one? Yep. Good to have. Okay. Let's see what we got in here. I'm just gonna talk to everyone as we go past. How about that? Sake seems a simple drink, but depending on the place it was made and the hand which made it, the flavor is subtly different. She'll have to sample them all. Indeed. Welcome to the Shiokaze hostelry. Should you wish to sample the flavors of Kugane, or simply to rest and recover from the rigors of your travels, we stand ready to meet your every need. Thanks. Here. Shiokaze. Small talk. A fine day to you, sir. Shall I pour you a drink? And be assured that whatever you desire, I have or can acquire in a timely fashion. What do you do here? Oh, not so much. Smile, pour drinks, lend an ear as necessary. As you can well imagine, given our position relative to the peers, the Shukaze hostelry is the first and final stop for a great many people from a great many places. Kugane is open to all. We have no desire to make bitter enemies, and so we refrain from forging alliances. All are equal here, after a fashion, which is why our fair city is rich in trade as well as culture. That said, we are not without our troubles. Sailors being sailors, and so forth. Never here, of course. My clientele knows better than to incur the wrath of the Sekisugumi, I trust. What kind of place is this? Why, only Kugane's premier purveyor of intoxicating beverages. Owing to our close relationship with Koshu's finest brewers, we offer an unmatched selection of Jumashu, a rice wine that is very pure and rich in flavor. Of course, not every individual comes to the hostelry for a drink. Travelers often gather here to have discussions regarding business and personal affairs, both occasionally leading to emotional outbursts, though the latter is rather more... Oh, that was close. I very nearly said something foolish. Where was I? Ah, yes. Can I interest you in a glass of Jumashu? There we go. Also got Clan Centurion members over here. So, sorry, but I have nothing to offer you. Come back again some other time. You must meet the following conditions to undertake the Kugane side quest. 1-star veteran clan hunt. That's more hunt board stuff. Right. Complete the side quest of Leading Dangerous. Complete the main scenario Stormblood quest by the grace of Lord Lolorito. We're good in that direction. Just those two. There's a trade in Centurio seals. You first need Estrin's approval. It's all order in D, but surely not insurmountable for one who's stared death in the face once or thrice. Yep. Do all that, do all that, do all that. That's for all these. Got some, 340 stuff. For doing the seals and things. Alright. Well, we need to be level 70 for that, so. It's a work in progress. Current quest level is 61. Which is why we're here on the Black Mage. Also level 61 currently. See how far we can get with 3, or at least hopefully 2 classes here. Always more opportunity for more leveling later when we see fit. Sunday. How lovely to see a fellow Eorzean so far from home. As one with experience in the wonders and dangers of the Far East, allow me to offer you some advice. Always keep your weapon close to hand. Fair enough. Anybody up here? And then this absolute beast of a man, he says, would you please stop gobbling your food like an uncultured hog? You like to choke on your chopsticks. Oh, door over there. And door over here. Let's see where these upper areas go. Ah, an Ijin. Come sit with me and have a drink. I would hear the fantastic tales of your travels. We've got some tales. There's just a balcony. That's right. Looks like this other one goes somewhere now. We're just wandering off on our own, as we do. Right. Just crossing over here. This is the Sukari Bridge. I'll be able to get back up here later. Okay. Well, that's fine. There's the clan hunt board down there. There. Hi. Okay. Up into here. Vera. Let me offer you some advice. Do not let the rich culture of the Far East blind you to its dangers. This sea spews forth creatures from your darkest imaginings. And that's why they have the hunt board ready. Once we actually have it ready. Okay. Got a little courtyard here. It's like an independent repairman. Repair all my stuff for 300 gil. Perfect. The repair fees are so minimal. Really doesn't feel super necessary at this point. Close. Okay. They're over there. I'm gonna talk to everybody here first. Byakudan. There's no denying that the tea and sweets here are excellent. That is not the reason I frequent this establishment. I came here to see her. Ume is stunning, is she not? Is this a statue of something? This is a statue of Zuiko. He's looking this way. Alright. Oh, there they are. Meh. Welcome to the Ueheko Tea House. The best place to drown your sorrows in platefuls of tango and cups of tea. What will you be having today, sir? Let me just walk away. To think that all the men here are more interested in stuffing their faces with tango than talking to a pretty girl and offering to buy her tea. Are there no gentlemen left in Kugane? Love bets. The market for master crafting tomes. Well, enough, Eorzean. We'll need to see a man in your homeland first. One guiding star in Revenant's Toll. Master crafting tomes. Presumably have something to do with crafting. Which we've done very, very little of. Could do that at some point. Around. How am I supposed to concentrate on my duties when with the sea taunting me like this? My hand itches for a fishing rod, it does. We go fishing. Maybe something. Lives of Kugane. Hope I can find skilled adventurers here, and enough of them to meet demand. We're trying to take this quest, must be a step of the hand or land level 60 or above. Okay. So, crafting lieutenants. Alright. Very good. Can't do any of those. Another Sky Watcher. Look at the sky, having a good time. A wise woman once said that she who does not pay heed to the skies will surely get wet. Sound advice if you ask me? Look here if the sky is fine. Tell us this fine day. It's gonna be weathers. Gloomy and Mordana. Alright. Huh. I think that's gonna be that would be one of the sightseeing points up there. To jump onto that from somewhere. I don't know. Everyone, if I can have your attention, please. You're now standing in Ten Kanto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the Aetheryte, which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those of Charlian. I trust its function is identical. A diplomat and a scholar. Will wonders never cease. Far Eastern Aetheryte technologies have a long and storied tradition, I assure you. This particular example is constructed by the Oni Shishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you'll find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. Attune if you like. You bet I will. And 101,000 experience. Perfect. I'm gonna go attune first. It's right. They do like they're spinning around. And crystals and stuff. Always a good time. Always a good time. Oh, attuned. How many other small ones we have? Here, here, here. Here, 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 here. Quite a few. And an airship landing. Alright. Listen. Tenkanto is as the crossroads of Kugane. Many people pass through it every day, and I've learned to recognize the lawbreaker and the troublemaker. Conduct yourself with respect, and we shall have no quarrel. Fair enough. And so we're moving. Ah, Shugane. One day, I'll wake up to your pristine white sands. Shugane. That was this one. Ah, this would be, based on the numbers here, this would be the housing section out here. On the beach, too. beachfront property, by the looks of things, maybe. Pristine white sands. That could be some very popular housing plots. Not that we can get or remotely afford that for a lot of reasons. Anyways, where the streets are paved with koban. Hancock would like very much to continue talking. Yep. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the aetheryte. Come, come, let's move along. The markets are next. Alright. Heading south. Alright. So that other bridge over there. This bridge have a name? Just a bridge. This is it's a larger bridge than that one too, I think. Slightly lower down. Something. At any rate. Some back alleys. So that goes over there. Alright. Let's see who we have here. Retainers, guys. See a retainer. We can't do that stuff yet. A market board. We can't do that. Materia melder. Me? I'm but a humble servant, Master Mutamix, charged with aiding those who wish to avail themselves of the power of materia, but lack the skills to do so. Alright. All the way out here, huh? How do we get around? What's going on down here? Our shipwrights can fix anything that floats, even one of your massive foreign vessels. Fantastic. This is more over towards the airship landing. Retainer guys, Bell. We got Ryu. We have some of our finest actors performing today. Why deprive yourself of this wondrous spectacle? Save yourself the stabbing pain of regret and come and see the show. Yeah, show going on. Shogun. Down that way. Down up here. Uhisoka. Here's a shard. Take that. Or attune to it, at least. The markets. This guy. We arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane. Kugane Dori. There you go. Kugane, as you are doubtless unaware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or Kugane, are earned by the local merchants. It's all quite logical once you learn the language. Yeah, now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh, a kindred spirit. What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock of the East Aldernard Trading Company. You're with clients today. Why, if it isn't Master Kaiten. Pray allow me to introduce to you my esteemed guests, but recently come from distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kugane Dori. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Kaiten of the Hakushi clan, and it is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean Guild are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. We shall. I do like a good peruse. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you will find all of them and more. Very good. No walk out without us. Got another repair person. I repaired our stuff. Don't need your help. Material supplier. Various foods and ingots. Mostly the cheapest stuff here. Got an apothecary. X potions. We got X potions. Mega Potion? That's worse. Switching to Strength, Phoenix down, Zuko drops. No. Independent Culinarian. We need to grab some foods. We still have a couple. You buy it? My, you have a sorry look to you. Go on now. You've no business here. Nothing cheap enough to sell to the likes of you. Fine. Bid you welcome to Kugane Dori. Be it goods from near or far, all can be obtained here for the right price, of course. Something bell for that. Jewelry. Fight jewelry. 62 and 70, 62 and 70, 62 and 70. Alright. Options. Armor. War 62, 64, 66, 68, and 70. Perfect. This would be all the basic level gear we could work for. We get a lot of it from just like quests and stuff too, so that's fine. And also some arms. All the way up to 70. Base 70 stuff would be item level 385. Fully featured shops here, for sure. If there's aught you seek, you need look no further than my shop. Come, come, and find all that your heart desires. Tool supplier, tradecraft, fieldcraft tools, 62 and 63-ish. Independent peddler. Dark manners, clear prisms. Vermilion paper parasol. Though one might assume that paper is less than ideal for protecting oneself from the rain, this parasol has been treated with waterproof oil. The makers cannot, however, be held responsible for any puddles stepped in. These require a vermilion paper parasol. Unobtained, unregistered shop price 100,000. That's definitely a purchase that we could make. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to the Ishingane, the district in which Ijin or foreigners are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We would not want any physical altercations, after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sekisugumi punishes breaches of peace quite severely. I've seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation. Though, to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that I were, but alas, these samurai are a humorless lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant in his cups dared lay hands upon a Kugane aristocrat in front of a Sekisugumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. Don't even want to think about that. So as you see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another, or you with yourselves, in the manner of the late Teledeji Ataleji. Hilarious jokes. We laugh, we kid here. We're joking. Oh, how I amuse myself. We must carry on. I've yet to show you the Garlean consulate. Let's go check it out. Let's go poke around. Very good plans. Alright. Going up. Over this way. Before we go that way, let's just pop up here for a second. Grab this shard here. We got a gate over here somewhere. The Ruby Bazaar. Yeah. Over here. Not too many people out in this section, doesn't look like. As you may have surmised, it's the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate, and their uniforms not different from those you've seen in the West. Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs, all of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. Some bracelets. Tanky one. Rapier, Pugilist. Barb Ninja. Strength. Strength but different. Samurai, Dragoon, or Bard. The Bard one. We always get pieces if we need to. Do we have... Yes, we've got the level 60 Black Mage quest available. Okay. Should do that at some point. Maybe when you get to 62 and do both of them at the same time. We'll see. By the grace of Lord Lolorito. This is what we need for that other thing, Hancock seems to be quite pleased with himself. There's oh so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the Pleasure District. But you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let's retire to the company offices. Alright. Let me just go over here. Don't worry about me. Hi. That's close enough, Savage. Over here. Suki Gardens. Thavnarian Consulate. Yes, this is the Thavnarian Consulate. No, you may not enter without official business. Fine. Asian District. It's gonna shine. Let's go to get all of this before we go that way. If we can even go these directions. Sprinting over a bridge in the gardens. That's fun. We got some sections technically outside of the area. That's fair. And the gate does open. Perfect. Samakura, Pier 1. There's another pier area down here. Anything happening here? Got some storehouses by the looks of things. An Ethernet shine. Lots of that. And a shop of some description over here. An expedition ferryman. Wait, expedition over to Doma? It's my job to procure rare items, more specifically rare items from the Ruby Sea for the East Aldernard Trading Company. This, however, has become increasingly difficult of late due to the restrictions that have been placed on trade in Kugane. Restrictions here, huh? Rodney. What a marvelous place this is, Kugane. So colorful, so lively. It's times like these that I know in my heart I made the right choice to leave Charlian and broaden my horizons. Can I get a fair somewhere? Nope. Probably not yet. More storehouses. Waiting on a commission, sir? No? Still can have a look inside, but please don't yelp when the heat hits your face. Distracts the smiths from their work. A smith area, huh? Oh, this giant bellows. Neat. The perfect blade can only be forged by those who have cleared their mind of all thoughts not related to the task at hand. Those who do not understand this most basic of swordsmithing principles are banned from taking up a hammer at my forge. Quality armor cannot be forged without first considering the wearer. A master crafts for the patron's purpose, not to satisfy his own. Kugane teams with merchants, always coming and going. And we receive a great many commissions. It's my task to see that Kokaiji's shelves remain fully stocked with the various materials of our craft. Alright. Forge area. Down here at the pier. Button. Tell me, have you heard of Triple Triad? It's the most wondrous game. Researchers here at the pier have been teaching me how to play. Seems simple enough at first, but it's actually quite complex. Would I could spend all day sitting here thinking of stratagems. In fact, I often do just that. Card game. Cards and stuff. Nostalgic Fellow Exchange. Give them cryptic seals and cloth. Get some stuff. Some stuff of stuff. Or just a few different types of bodies. Okay. Replica vendor. Never dreamed I would get to see this side of the world before I started working for the company. Or after, for that matter. Fate's a funny thing, eh? Something. A picker of locks. More fool me for signing onto a company vessel bound for the other side of the world. Making a living out here won't be easy. Yeah, you'll be fine. Okay. Back to where we're going, which looks like it's all the way over there. It's gonna be the Ruby Bazaar. And that's the company offices here, by the looks of things. Sarah Trading Company Aid. Okay. Greetings, sirs and ladies. Welcome to the Kugane branch of the offices of the East Honored Trading Company. Here we are. At long last, we arrive at our destination. I present to you our humble offices. We have much to discuss, so refrain from further prattle. Come right this way. Come.
Our thaumaturgists took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aori Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugane.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugane, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the Ruby Tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
Over here. Walk. I don't know.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
All right. Though I am reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lorito's debt, we must avail ourselves of what means are available. Our Alamigan allies place their faith in us, and do not intend to disappoint them. Complete. Inspect maze. Red mage, blue mage. Yep. Well, that's better. 185 to 255. Make the numbers go up. And all that. Okay. Here we still are. A good samurai is hard to find. Often it was a man with a plan. And we're gonna get something. Okay. See what the plan is. And look around the rest of Kugane here. Still need to go in the middle pier in the airship landing area. And then the northern section. Just a few more spots to check out. Probably wind our way around there as we continue looking for passage to Doma. Next time. Goodbye.